Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about amines. Up to last class we were discussed about amines nomenclature, classification, preparation methods of amines, and physical properties of amines, and the basicity of different types of amines like primary, secondary, tertiary amines, and comparison of basicity of alkyl amines and aromatic amines. And also we have discussed about the phase transfer catalyst, and also we have discussed about few of chemical reaction properties of the amines. So now we are going to discuss about the remaining chemical properties of the amines. So first, reaction with nitrous acid. Nitrous acid is nothing but the structure is HNO2. This is the nitrous acid. Here primary, secondary and tertiary amines react differently with the nitrous acid. Here primary amines except the methylamine react with the nitrous acid and gives the alcohols and nitrogen gas. Here this compound is called as primary amine because here nitrogen which is attached with only one alkyl group, hence this compound is called as primary amine. When it reacts with the nitrous acid, this is HNO2. This compound name is called as nitrous acid, which produces the alcohol and nitrogen. Here in the place of alkyl group, if you take the ethyl group here, so this compound name is called as ethyl amine. When it reacts with the nitrous acid, then which produces the ethyl alcohol and nitrogen and water molecule. If we see the mechanism of this reaction, so this is the primary amine here which is attached with the only one alkyl group. When which is reacts with the nitrous acid, this is HNO2 structure. So here as we are all know all the amine groups are basic compounds because here on the nitrogen which containing one lone pair of electrons, so which could able to donate the electrons to this here nitrogen. So simultaneously what will happen here, this whenever it donates its lone pair of electrons to the nitrogen, simultaneously this pi bonding electrons shift towards to here because here oxygen is more electronegative atom than the nitrogen, so it takes its electrons towards to here. So simultaneously to this nitrogen which donates its lone pair of electrons to the nitrogen. So because here which is donated electrons to this nitrogen, hence nitrogen here will get the less charge, whereas oxygen which takes its pi bonding electrons, hence oxygen will get the minus charge. When this compound when it reacts with the acid, here the O minus is present, so which takes the H place here, then which produces the OH group. And finally here this compound undergoing to elimination reaction. So here by removing from this compound here, by removing the H plus, and from here which liberates as a OH minus, so H plus and OH minus eliminates as a water molecule. This is the elimination reaction. So whenever one mole molecule will eliminate it, then which forms the new pi bond. So again again this compound undergoing to elimination reaction and eliminate from here H plus is eliminated, and from here OH minus is eliminated. This molecule eliminated as a water molecule, and finally again here also one new bond will form. So finally N triple bond N will be formed. And after that this nitrogen which is having the deficiency, hence which takes its bonding electrons towards to the nitrogen and eliminated as a neutral molecule, that is nitrogen gas. And here this bonding electrons given to taken by the nitrogen, hence R will eliminated as a R plus. Now this R plus which is a carbocation, now this R plus when which reacts with the OH minus which produces the alcohol. This is the mechanism of primary amine when which reacts with the nitrous acid which produces the alcohol. In the first step, nitrogen donates electrons to the nitrogen. So here simultaneously pi bonding electron shifted to the oxygen. This compound will form. When it reacts with the acid, alcohol will form. So here 2 moles, here 1 mole of water molecule eliminate and 1 pi bond will form. Again elimination of 1 mole of water molecule, again new pi bond will be formed here. So by taking its bonding electron, this molecule eliminate as a nitrogen gas. So finally, this carbocation intermediate will be formed. This intermediate by reacting with the OH minus, which produces the alcohol. So similarly here, this is the aniline compound. This is also primary amine. This primary amine, when it reacts with the nitrous acid in the presence of sodium nitrate and HCl, and which produces the benzene diazonium chloride or benzene diazonium salt. Here, whereas alkyl amines, when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the alcohols. These are the alkyl amines when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the alcohols. But here, these are the aromatic amines, which is also primary amine when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the benzene diazonium chloride. So here, 2 moles of the nitrous acid group will be reacted. So from here, OH minus group is eliminated. From here, H plus is eliminated. H plus and OH minus eliminated as a water molecule, and which produces the N-nitroso-nitro compound will be formed. To this compound, here it is the aromatic amine, which donates its bonding electrons towards to here, and here because it donates its electrons, so here nitrogen will get the plus charge, and to neutralize your plus charge, here this nitrogen will take its hydrogen bonding electrons. So here from here H plus is eliminated. This H plus and this NO2 minus eliminated as a HNO2 and produces the N-nitroso amine, N-nitrosoamine. To this N-nitrosoamine, this hydrogen will give its bonding electrons towards to here. So simultaneously, this 5 bonding electrons shifted to the oxygen, and here oxygen will get the minus charge. Now this H plus will move to here. This is called as tautomerism. So here finally this compound will form, and this compound when it reacts with the H plus, here oxygen which is having the lone pair of electrons, so this oxygen will take its H plus and forms the OH2 plus. And here this nitrogen which is having the lone pair of electrons, which donates its lone pair of electrons to here, simultaneously this OH2 plus eliminates as a neutral molecule and forms the here triple bond will form, and finally when it reacts with the chloride, which produces the benzene diazonium chloride. This benzene diazonium chloride further when it reacts with the OH minus in the presence of high temperature like 52 to 60 degrees, then which could able to produces the phenols. So here these are the secondary amines, because here nitrogen which is connected with the 2 alcohols, when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the N-nitrosoamine. So this N-nitrosoamine, which is a yellow color oil, which is soluble in ether but insoluble in water. So secondary amine when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the N-nitrosoamine. Whereas this is the tertiary amine, because here nitrogen which is attached with the 3 alkyl group, when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the triethyl ammonium nitrate. This triethyl ammonium nitrate which is soluble in water. Like this, primary, secondary, tertiary amines which reacts differently with the nitrous acid. Whereas in primary amine, when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the alcohols, secondary amines, when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the N-nitrosoamine, whereas tertiary amine, when it reacts with the nitrous acid, which produces the triethyl ammonium nitrate. And this is the another reaction. This reaction is called as Hinsberg reaction. By using this Hinsberg reaction, we can separate the primary, secondary and tertiary amines. So here Hinsberg reaction is nothing but this Hinsberg reagent is called a benzene sulfonyl chloride is called as Hinsberg reagent. So by using this Hinsberg reagent, that is benzene sulfonyl chloride, with this benzene sulfonyl chloride, primary, secondary, tertiary amines, they will react differently. And so that we can separate the primary, secondary, tertiary amines with the help of the Hinsberg reagent. So here primary amines reacts with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. First it forms the N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. Further, which is reacts with the base and produces the water soluble salt, which produces the water soluble salt. This is the benzene sulfonyl chloride. This compound is reagent is called as Hinsberg reagent. This Hinsberg reagent, when it reacts with the primary amine, so from here Cl minus, from this compound H plus liberates as a HCl. So here also, which produces the N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, because here it is the S double bond O NH link is called as sulfonamide. Generally, C double bond O NH linkage is called as amide linkage. So here which is having the sulfur, hence it is called as sulfonamide linkage, which is further reacted with the base, and by using this base will take this proton here from here and produces the salt. Now this salt is soluble in water. So primary amine, when it reacts with the Hinsberg reagent, first which produces the N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide, further which reacts with the base and which produces the salt, which is soluble in water. Whereas this is the when benzene sulfonyl chloride or Hinsberg reagent, when it reacts with the secondary amine, this secondary amine, so here also, from here also, from here H plus, from here Cl minus eliminated as a HCl and produces the N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide will form. This N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, further it won't react with the base, because in this compound there is no proton on the nitrogen, hence it further won't react with the potassium hydroxide or base. So therefore it is soluble in ether layer. Whereas tertiary amine, if you take the tertiary amine, in the tertiary amine does not have any hydrogens, hence it won't react with the Hinsberg reagent. And by separating the aqueous layer and ether layer, primary amines and secondary amines can be regenerated. So if any mixture is present, in that mixture, if primary, secondary, tertiary amines are present, those mixtures can be separated with help of the Hinsberg reagent. Because when primary amine, when it reacts with the Hinsberg reagent, first which produces the N-alkyl sulfonamide, further which reacts with the base and produces a salt which is soluble in the aqueous layer. Whereas in the secondary amine, which reacts with the Hinsberg reagent and produces the N-dialkyl benzene sulfonamide, so which is further won't react with the base, and this compound is soluble in organic layer. Whereas tertiary amine not at all reacts with the Hinsberg reagent, because tertiary amine does not have hydrogen. So by separating aqueous layer and organic layer, we can regenerate the primary and secondary amines. Like this, with help of the Hinsberg reagent, we can separate the primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Next, aromatic amines are undergoing to electrophilic substitution reactions. As we are all know, any aromatic compound generally involves in a electrophilic substitution reaction. Whereas in this compound, in this aromatic amines, for example, aniline, in this aniline, because nitrogen which is having the lone pair of electrons, hence by involving its lone pair of electrons here, which involves in a resonance, because here this pi bonding electrons and lone pair of electrons which are in conjugation, hence which gives its electrons to the benzene ring, and at ortho position and para position, because of donation of its electrons, more density of electron density will be present at ortho and para position. Therefore, it which undergoing to electrophilic substitution at ortho as well as para position. So here, because here nitrogen donated its electrons to here, so simultaneously this pi bonding electron shifted here, because here it is donated electrons, hence nitrogen got positive charge, whereas this electron shifted to here this carbon, hence here this carbon will get the minus charge is nothing but having one lone pair of electrons. Similarly, here also by donating its electrons, again this pi bonding electron shifted here, again here it will get, this carbon will get minus charge. So here in this aniline compound at ortho position as well as para position, both positions are having the more electron density. So electrophilic substitution reactions will take place at ortho and para position. So best example for electrophilic substitution reaction is halogenation. Yeah, so here aniline, when it reacts with the bromine in water, which produces the 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Generally, this electrophile should react either maybe the ortho position or para position, because but here this aniline on the nitrogen which is a more electron activating group, hence electrophile simultaneously attacks at second position, fourth position as well as sixth position and produces the 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. So to produce only either orthohaloaniline or parahaloaniline, we have to deactivate this group by protonating with the help of the acetamide. Here, amine group is an activating group. It is ortho and para orienting to the electrophilic substitution. To avoid the poly substitution, the activating nature of amine group is moderated by the acylation. So suppose if aniline directly when it reacts with the halogen, which produces the 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. So to deactivate this group here, moderate deactivation here aniline, which is first which reacts with the acetic anhydride, which reacts with the acetic anhydride. So here which produces the acetamide, acetanilide will be produced. In this acetanilide, which is the electron withdrawing group, which is adjacent to the nitrogen, hence which is less deactivating group than this amine group, this NH2 group. So further, when it reacts with the bromine acetic acid, because here from this electrophile is the Br plus, which could able to react only at the para position, because of here bulkier group and bromine group size also bulkier. So because of the steric repulsions, this Br plus electrophile will be attacked at the para position. So after producing this para bromo acetanilide, so which further on hydrolysis, this group, complete group will be eliminated and produces the para bromo aniline. So the aniline, when it's directly reactive with the bromine, because aniline, in the aniline, nitrogen is a more activating group, hence which produces the 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. So here to produce ortho or para substituted electrophile substituted aniline, we need to do deprotonated, or we need to moderate deactivate here. So by doing the reacting with acetic anhydride, this acetyl group will be substituted in the place of the hydrogen, which produces the acetanilide, and further reaction with bromine, which produces the parabromoacetanilide. On further hydrolysis, this complete group will be eliminated and produces the parabromoaniline. So next electrophilic substitution reaction is the nitration. So here generally direct nitration of aniline is difficult due to the formation of anilinium salt and gives the metanitroaniline, because here NH3 plus group is a ring deactivating and meta directing group. So in the aniline, nitrogen, which is having the lone pair of electrons, so when it reacts with the strong acids like HNO3, H2SO4, so from here H plus will be produced. This H plus will be taken by this NH2, because nitrogen here which is having one lone pair of electrons and which produces the anilinium salt. In this anilinium salt, nitrogen is having the plus charge. So whenever on the benzene ring, whenever deactivating group is present, that deactivating group is a meta-directing group. Hence, aniline when directly reactive with the HNO3 and H2SO4, which produces the paranitroaniline product as well as metanitroaniline product. This one will form as a 51%, whereas this compound will form only 47%, whereas ortho and nitroaniline, which produces only very less percentage, that is 2%. So whenever aniline which reacts directly with the HNO3, H2SO4, so there are the two possibility to form the products. One is paranitroaniline, another one is the metanitroaniline. Because here nitrogen is having the lone pair of electrons, so which takes the H plus from here and produces the anilinium salt. In this anilinium salt is a deactivating group like meta-directing group. Hence, two types of the products possibility is present. So to produce only orthonitroaniline and paranitroaniline, first we here also in this group, in this aniline also, first we have to do the deactivation of this, or we have to do the protonation of this compound. Here aniline undergoes acetylation to give acetanilide, which on nitration gives ortho and paranitroacetanilide. This on treating with the base gives the ortho and paranitroaniline. So here this is the aniline. When it reacts with the acetic anhydride, from this acetic anhydride, acetyl group is substituted one place of the hydrogen and forms the acetanilide. Now this acetanilide, because as much of here, this is not, this group is this group is not a activating group, because here COCH3 group is a electron withdrawing group, hence which is not a much active group. Whenever which reacts with the HNO3, now which produces the orthonitroacetanilide as well as paranitroacetanilide. On further hydrolysis, this acetyl group will be eliminated, then orthonitroaniline as well as this acetyl group will be eliminated and produces the paranitroaniline. And this orthonitroaniline, paranitroaniline will be formed as a major product. So like this, we can prepare, generally these aromatic amine groups will involve in a electrophilic substitution reactions. Next, coming to the oxidation of amines, oxidation reaction. Amines are oxidized in the presence of H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide, or paracids, or potassium permanganate. All these are the oxidizing agents. Oxidation is nothing but addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called as oxidation. So here this compound is a primary amine. When it reacts, whenever it is doing the oxidation in the presence of potassium permanganate, so here 1 mole hydrogen will be eliminated here and produces the imine. Now this imine, on further hydrolysis, this double bond is undergoing to break and produces the aldehyde. So here this is compound also primary amine, but which is the dialkyl. This carbon which is connected with the 2 alkyl group. Whenever this compound which is undergoing to oxidation in the presence of the potassium permanganate, which is also produces the imine. But here this carbon is having only 1 R group, hence which is called as aldimine, whereas this carbon which is attached with the 2 alkyl group, hence which is called as ketimine. On further hydrolysis, here this double bond is undergoing to break and forms the ketone here, and ammonia will be produced. So here this is also primary amine, but here this carbon is connected with the 3 alkyl group on further oxidation, which produces the tertiary nitroalkane. So like this, primary amines on oxidation which produces the aldehydes, ketones as well as nitroalkane. So where secondary amines, this is secondary amines on oxidations which produces the hydrogens. Hydrogens, or sometime when it reacts, whenever which reacts with the potassium permanganate, which produces the hydrogen. Where suppose if it reacts with the H2SO5, then which produces the hydroxylamine. And last one, when tertiary amine, when it is reacted with the H2SO5 or hydrogen peroxide, and which also produces the N type of the oxides will be produced. So this is also trimethylamine. This is example for the tertiary amine. When it reacts with the hydrogen peroxide, which is oxidizing agent, which produces the trimethylamine oxides. So these are the oxidation reactions of different types of the amines. So this table which represents the distinction between the primary, secondary and tertiary amines. So by doing the different tests, we can tell whether that amine is primary amine, secondary amine or tertiary amine. So first test is reaction with the alkyl halide. Whenever primary amine, when it reacts with the alkyl amines, so which reacts with the total 3 moles of alkyl halides and forms the quaternary salt. Whereas secondary amine, it reacts with the only 2 molecules of alkyl halides and forms the quaternary salts. Whereas tertiary amine, which reacts with the only 1 molecule of alkyl halide and forms the quaternary salts. So if it is primary amine, it reacts with the 4 molecules. If it is secondary amine, which reacts with the 2 molecules. If it is tertiary amine, which reacts with only 1 molecule. And another test is reaction with the acid chloride or acylation reaction. So here primary amine which reacts with the acid chloride which produces the monoalkyl substituted amides. So secondary amines which produces the dialkyl substituted amides. Whereas tertiary amine which won't react with the acid halide. So no reaction here. So another test is reaction with the nitrous acid. So primary amines when it reacts with the nitrous acid which produces the alcohols, whereas secondary amines when it reacts with the nitrous acids which produces the nitrosoamines, whereas tertiary amine when it reacts with the nitrous acids which produces the nitrite salts. So another test is carbyl amine reaction. So primary amine when it reacts with the chloroform in the presence of the base which produces the isocyanate, whereas secondary and tertiary amine which won't react with the carbyl amine test, because secondary and tertiary amines won't react with the chloroform in the presence of the base and it won't produces any isocyanates here. Whereas another test is Innsberg reagent. So primary amines forms monoalkyl sulfonamide and which further reacts with the base and it dissolves in water. Whereas secondary amines which produces the dialkyl sulfonamide which further won't react with the base. Whereas tertiary amine not at all react with the Innsberg reagent. Like this, by using the different tests, we can test whether that amine is primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. So I hope you are all understood the today's class. Those are different types of the chemical reactions, like how amines reaction with the nitrous acid or amines reaction with the Innsberg reagent, and different electrophilic substitution reactions like a halogenation or nitration reactions, or what are the different tests which are useful to separate the primary, secondary and tertiary amines, and amines oxidation reaction. Thank you for your patience listening.